Oh, yeah, there you go. We're back. Don't worry, the cold never bothered me anyway. We're recording this later in August.
It's
So,
like when it's like when
I would like the
Canicarus.
cold to bother me right now,
It's
actually.
like when Canicarus got his Crash Bandicoot woolly jumper in
yes,
June.
it's more slightly appropriate because just today, not even that long ago, just a few dozens of minutes ago, it actually hailed here. So thankfully no damage, but still chunks of ice.
How bizarre!
Well, it happens. Summer raining storms tends to actually produce also that because of the difference in pressure. It's basic stuff
Because
that
Italy.
well, even in general, argue. Well, to be fair, yeah, here in the north tends to happen a bit more often, obviously. Summer tends to be much harsher for the south because, they get a lot of droughts. And sometimes also, arson.
You don't get the football-sized hail, do you?
Okay, sometimes it might happen, but it's more common in the mountains regions.
We only really get pellets.
It's still obviously enough to damage a car, potentially, break the windshield and all. So thankfully, our boxes tend to be underground most of the time. Alright, let's see if I can destroy this Council. Yeah, we're back with these balls. I did a bit of practice, but not that much, so I cannot guarantee that we're gonna manage to beat the Popper. Thankfully, by the time he joins, the wolf joins the fight, the Champion's Great Tender is actually fairly easy to actually defeat. So thankfully, you only had to worry about the bigger foe. And it does register, like I said, the damage that you dealt to the enemy the previous time. Also, those fucking wind attacks.
Also, I borrowed the hats that this fellow was wearing at the moment to try and get myself a free satellite signal.
We've been having this hat for like, I think, something like 20 parts now.
Yeah, I borrowed it when he was asleep.
No, actually, we actually took it from its corpse.
All I got was one of those YouTube anti-piracy warnings. You know, those ones that think, being a creepypasta means it's funny.
Yeah, I should have been warned because second phase means the wolf starts spewing ice.
Second phase means you're dead.
Well, if I'm not careful, yes. But we'll give it another 2 tries and then move on if we cannot make it. It's still an optional boss nonetheless.
Alright. I was going to say, if this is a mandatory one, is it what, you're going to give it 2 attempts and then quit the game?
No. We still have a couple of mandatory stuff to actually do, so eventually we will arrive at a point where if I cannot beat the boss, so we have to just be very stubborn and keep going until we succeed. So I'm just trying to vary so that we don't have to be stuck like that all the time.
Get acquainted with the brick wall.
So there could be a point where we go 3 parts and we're still stuck on one boss.
We'll see what happens, Waves. Let's not be too dramatic.
Right.
Yeah, what have you seen recently in the meantime?
Well, I'll go over what I've bought first. Recently, I got Saw 5 on Blu-ray, which has a director's edition.
Stay tuned because we're dragging Jay to watch that.
And from Kex, I got King Kong Escapes.
Oh, is that the new game that is a tie-in to the?
It's a 60s Japan-made King Kong.
Oh, right,
movie.
you talked about that to me. My bad.
Although it's only available in English on my Blu-ray.
So you're getting another bad dub.
I mean, as long as it's like a funny one or something. And I also got the first series of Peacemaker,
Okay. I'm curious, since we don't have HBO Max or whatever we want to call it that day, from on which streamings it was available before this?
It was like Now TV.
Oh, so the Sky package.
Yeah, I think so. In terms of what I've seen a couple of films at the cinema since we last reviewed through Dark Souls. Fantastic Four: First Steps, which I mean, yes, it's easily the best Fantastic Four film we've got.
As mentioned a couple of times, the bar was not that high. But to
yeah,
be fair, I still had to
I
properly see it. But from what I heard, yeah, it's still a good movie despite that.
And today, recently, I've seen the brand new Naked Gun movie. I actually really enjoyed it.
Alright then.
Yeah, I know. Me enjoying something that Seth MacFarlane had something to do with.
I mean, okay, remind me, have you seen the Ted movies?
No.
Okay, because I was wondering if you had a film of reference.
Yeah, he's a producer on the new Naked Gun.
I still also had to see the new Superman movie, unfortunately. I did not have the time to do it.
But I did. I enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully this is the clean. This will continue the clean slate that DC live action films truly needed.
Boys, yeah, it's worth noting that technically speaking, the proper new DC Extended Universe, or whatever we're actually calling it.
It's just called the DCU.
Okay. It did started with the Creature Commandos series, as far as I know. Oh, of course Peacemaker counts, but only retroactively. The actual first major new product for this was the Creature Commandos animated series. Again, James Gunn is really ambitious of what he wants to do, but we'll have to see if it pays off on that front, because having that kind of consistency will be, very interesting, especially for someone like me who tend to prefer that kind of thing. But, it will require a level of commitment that I don't know if Warner Bros. Actually has.
Did I get anything else?
If you don't know, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh yeah, I got well, I did get, since the PlayStation sales were on recently, I'd managed to get Gran Turismo 7 at a half price.
Okay. Did they actually manage to fix a bunch of, the
issues?
Well, yes, technically issues, but I'm talking more about the price stuff, like if they fix some of the stuff with updates like it usually happens. Fuck.
I think so. It's been a while since I touched it.
Fucking Tornado Wolf, piece of shit.
Tornado Wolf.
That's the name of a Maverick in Mega Man X.
Yeah, there you go, Capcom. If you ever do a Mega Man X9, there's your new Maverick name.
Alright, let's proceed forward. We'll give it a try another time. For this, in order to move forward, we need to go back a bit to the Rope Bridge bonfire.
I saw Yojimbo.
Yojimbo, yes.
Yeah, because, well, it's short. I was going to watch Seven Samurai, then I saw the length and decided, no, not today. So I watched Yojimbo instead.
It does require a level of, attention, yes, for its length.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it when, I don't know, when I've got literally nothing else to do.
Again, I think I mentioned to you previously, but if you manage to find also a copy of Rashomon, please give it a try. It's a neat way to have a multi-point of view type of story, a bit similar to Citizen Kane, obviously with a different level of quality, because it's more of a murder mystery kinda. So.
I mean, it's available digitally. It's at least.
Oh, also, that reminds me, because I did see recently the news, oh, sorry, the slide, but I don't know if it applies to the UK at least, I hope so, but I think in some streaming services you might be able to find the John Woo's Hardboiled movie. If you can, please do watch it, because it's a must-have.
I mean, it's on Tubi.
I don't know what that is.
It's a streaming service.
Okay, then. Well, again, if you can,
although it's only in the English dub, though.
Oh, bummer.
I mean, I haven't watched any live action dubs of Hong Kong movies, but
the highlight is the direction and the choreography of the fights, because it's really damn impressive, and there's a lot of one-track shots. Oh god, what happened here?
Oh, Jesus!
All those dead baby birds, Jesus, what the hell is this?
There's just silence and then unholy noises.
Yet again, to quote Barry Burton, what is this?
Some weird birds.
We did encounter something similar to that at the beginning of this DLC. There was one that told us about finding our own place in the rot. So I wonder what happened. Also lovely, the creatures from the sewers of Iritil are also here. Amazing.
They don't need that many legs.
It's full-on classic Japanese horror. Well, what about you, Shiroi? What experience do you have with traditional Japanese horror like Ju-On or Ring?
My only experience aside from When They Cry is Perfect Blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect Blue is, well, definitely a horror movie, tackles a much different subject than a curse, although it's open to interpretation, because Satoshi Kon was very visionary in a lot of things.
Like, I haven't seen horror movies in, like, because I'm guessing you're asking about, like The Ring kind of thing?
Something like that. The idea more
I haven't
of
really seen a lot of
curse.
those kinds of movies from Japan, honestly.
Okay. Something you
The
also
horror
sorry,
I
go on.
consume is of a different variety, as
Okay.
I've listed, yeah.
It's also something that you get to see in stuff like Project Zero, which is called here in our country, or Fatal Frame in America, but again, that one requires also, I can imagine, a level of gameplay that is sadly not that much accessible to you. Okay, it's more akin to an FPS because it's all about, you know, doing photos, but, you know, I don't know, I don't know if it's your thing or not. Anyway, here's one of the bigger mobs of the DLC, the Corvine Knight, this Edward Scissorhand motherfucker. It loves to just jump on me.
Like, I don't really play FPS games. Like, I play games that might have an FPS section.
Okay. So, Dribs,
yeah?
What's your experience with some Japanese horrors like Ju-On or The Grudge, properly, or The Ring? And I mean any versions, obviously.
I don't think I've watched any of them.
Okay. It's a bit complicated because continuity-wise they go all over the place.
Although in the Rings case, I am a bit curious about the second one, considering that they got the original Japanese version director of it.
It unfortunately, okay, it's a valiant attempt, I would argue, and obviously better than other, you know, cases with a similar premise, but unfortunately still not much. It's very enamored with some of the not cliche, narrative cliches, but development cliches that Hollywood had at the time, meaning fascination with CGI even when it's not useful, meaning that there's a lot of bad CGI involved.
I take it did the original Ring have much CGI?
A bit, because they needed to create some effects, but it was very relatively restrained because it needed to create that kind of suspense. So a lot of the effects were more minimal, especially because I think it also had a bit little budget. Basically, Linkara talked a lot when he reviewed the mangas tied to that, but basically, how everyone knows that the premise of Ring is cursed videotape, you die in 7 days, Samara comes out of a screen and kills you. Well, the original story, while definitely having that, it goes in different places as well, especially some of the novelization. I don't remember if it also the mangas. But while the movies instead try to keep themselves onto the TV aspect, a lot of the written stuff was mostly about the people with psychic powers doing super heroic or super evil stuff, and ultimately culminating in a plan of Samara wanting to use the tape to alter people's DNA so they can carry her offsprings. It's weird.
I mean,
also, to be fair, I should actually call her by their proper Japanese name, Sadako. Samara is the one for the American movies, my bad.
I've seen Face Off. It's crazy, yeah, but yeah,
it's one of those
enough.
movies that I argue it's enjoyable to make fun of, but otherwise it's very, very flawed in all the places.
Although in the years since I've watched it, one of the more bit part actors got jailed for sick stuff.
Once again, Dweebs, we cannot escape that.
Okay, I mean, thankfully, he's not in the movie that much. But
I'm actually curious, who is it? Because I've seen recently, so I might associate by
a guy named Danny Masterson.
No, can you tell me who he plays in the movie?
He plays a guy named Carl.
I don't know if you caught that instead, Waves, but if you noticed, during the final chase sequence, particularly during the boat section, where the boat collide and Nicolas Cage and John Travolta are flung into the air, you can clearly see the stunts for a good while.
The stunt guys.
Yeah, the stunt doubles.
I guess this was before people got the technology in place to just put the actor's face.
Not even. I would argue it's not even that of a problem. It's a directing problem. If you notice that kind of a scene, don't use it, or cut to the next one. Don't make it linger that much.
Was John asleep?
Anyway, we found another Corvian. Let's talk to this guy.
Oh, well, there is nothing forlorn about you. You must be the other Ash, I suppose.
Yes, I am Ash.
Oh, finally, you have come. Oh, wondrous Ash, grant us our wish. Make the tales true, and burn this world away. My lady must see flame, and you have only to show her. You are Ash, are you not? Is it not fire that you seek?
So you want me to commit arson?
That seems to be actually the idea, because a lot of people in these places seem to think that the rot is not the solution. It's best to just set the place ablaze, and from the ashes something new and more decent will be reborn.
After we had all made
smoke. That's what will be reborn.
Arson.
To be fair, Dweebs, let's be on a biological term. you know,
Make the tales
from all of that
true.
destruction,
and
whatever
burn
remains actually
this
acts as a very
world
good
away.
fertilizer. It's basically a
My lady
self-contained
must
system that,
see
the Circle of
flame,
Life has.
and you have only
How?
to show.
Oh, profound.
There are many frivolous things in the world, with sometimes they don't make sense or they seem unfair, but that's how life works. It's bigger than us. If I recall correctly, yes, there's another bonfire here. Thank God.
I haven't seen it yet, but I also recently, in terms of adding to my
Gone, yes.
Kurosawa Blu-ray collection, I did recently get Kagemusha, aka the movie in which Francis Ford Coppola and George Lucas chipped in some of their own cash to help get the movie finished, because they really liked Kurosawa's work.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you notice, the Star Wars references a lot also from Kurosawa, because again, like I said, Star Wars is basically the big pastiche of, cinema genres. Again, flattery, not ripping off, that's the important part.
And hey, it's a film. It's a film that was made in the 80s. So
Funky music.
no, from what I understand, a lot of Kurosawa's movies, from what I understand, not a whole lot of them were contemporary.
No, I know. Particularly most of them instead want. Again, inspired by Sergio Leone's spaghetti western, Kurosawa actually tried to do the same thing, but with the past of Japan. You also have to remember, it was right after World War II. The country needed kind of a bit of a, morale boost.
And also, yeah, Fox. Thanks to Lucas and Coppola persuading them, even 20th Century Fox got involved.
But I guess only marginal enough for it to not be a Disney movie.
Yeah, I mean, to the point where it does. Well, on my Blu-ray box, it has the 20th Century Studios logo on it. Plus, it says it's under license from them. I guess for films like this, Disney just are happy to just license these films out to.
I mean, they're still
people.
getting the money at the end of the day, so.
Yeah, I suppose.
Again, the thing that I keep, I keep stumbling into movies that I wasn't realizing they were Fox properties and by extension now are Disney. And it was like, up until the point I was like, okay, no, it's just a movie, that's it, nothing more than that. But then, oh fuck, this was actually a Fox property.
Yeah, so yeah, as like I said, unless aside from the odd ones where they were just like licenses or they were tied up in really complicated rights.
Yeah, like for example, the movie Legend, the first major actorial role for Tom Cruise.
Or the Digimon movie.
Yeah, obviously because that one was, an existing Again, most of the Saban stuff, it's mostly, if I had to guess, their original properties, like... God, does that mean that they own... Okay, I keep thinking about it, but I think Deji gave me an actual answer, or Jay, but I don't know the details. But like, does that mean that they own Angela Anaconda? Because the thought alone scares me.
I doubt that very much. Like Disney, I don't think even Disney would be so desperate as to...
Well, not necessarily to do something with it, but I mean just owning it at this point.
When they gave that film a brand new HD release,
yeah, they completely
recently,
ignored that. Yes,
they couldn't get the rights to it, to the Angela Anaconda short anyway. So
besides, it was Discotheque.
Did they really want the rights to that?
No. Besides, it was Discotheque, so they just basically kept the bare necessity that could work. They did something similar recently with the Street Fighter cartoon recently. You know, the one where Bison goes, yes! You know. But in order to give it a bit of an extra spice, they have actual commentary for each episode given by YouTubers tied to the fighting game community, like Madman Muscle or Maximilian. That's actually kind of neat.
Yeah, my guess is even if they could include that Anaconda short, why would they? They were too
Yeah,
busy
pretty much.
remastering the 2000 version and also redubbing the shorts.
Remind me again, because I definitely asked you previously, but I don't remember. Like, if they managed to get the same voice actors for the English dub, or if they had to recast someone?
Most of them, the ones they couldn't either just weren't taking part or were sadly no longer around.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Honestly, besides Dweebs, most of the cost when it comes to relicensing the Digimon movie might have been actually instead the songs for the original Saban version. Because
apparently they even kept the songs in.
That means a lot of licensing cost for discographic companies, because again, a lot of animes that are not relicensed for the American version because they did use a lot of songs back in the day that nowadays will be a pain in the ass, like the English dub of the Tekken, the motion picture movie. God, that was
So I'm surprised one of the advertising campaigns didn't include. So there you are. If you ever wanted to listen to the English dub voices of Digimon while what's the Japanese theme called?
Butterfly.
While Butterfly's playing in the background, there you go.
Honestly,
Probably the closest you'll ever get.
At the very least, for giving it a sense of dignity.
I remember listening to the song that much. For what I've heard, it's
still its identity, and definitely better.
Well, in Japan anyway.
Yeah. It still definitely has a better idea on what to do than just picking a random song from a celebrity singer and just roll with it. This is the same process that we had with the first Final Fantasy 13. Where they had an original song, but instead of actually translating it like we did for Kingdom Hearts, they instead said, "Hey, Leona Lewis released an album recently. Let's capitalize on that."
Okay, I will not tolerate all-star slander.
And pick a song.
I will not tolerate all-star slander here. Thank you very much.
You need to be specific, Lives. I don't know what you're referring.
Yeah, the all-star song that was mostly famous for being in Shrek.
Okay, I get it. Well,
yeah,
no,
it came out in the Digimon movie first.
Oh, I keep forgetting that.
Wait, it did?
Yeah, she.
Yeah. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen that movie.
No, I remember now. It's right in the credits where they have they have the scene where I forgot the name.
Where the Digimon was dancing at the end.
Yeah, and they literally end with the line of one of the characters says, "He's tone deaf." Hilarious.
Although, from what I understand, the dancing in its original context wasn't meant to be
comedic. No, not at all.
Because it was apparently meant to be more of him going insane.
That's the thing with it's one thing for what they did to our war game, the whole music and stuff. But the second portion of the Digimon movie, Hurricane Touchdown, is technically even worse, because it's technically a lot of stuff from Hurricane Touchdown is completely excised away. It's not just about a song being replaced or dialogue change. Entire portion of the plot are completely cut away so that the movie has a theatrical runtime and doesn't go for too long. Even though, you're still basically collaging together two different anime movies.
Having listened to the Japanese soundtrack for Hurricane Touchdown, yeah, I'm going to say it. All-Star was a better fit there than that one. I don't know what the hell the composer there was thinking.
At the very least, you can actually criticize that, that original vision because you have the opportunity. I think that's more important.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I know what would be a great fit for an action scene. Going crazy on the xylophone and strumming my guitar randomly.
Honestly,
And
okay,
put
yeah.
them together and get Clusterfuck
I
the
mean, to be
movie.
fair, Dibs, you've seen relatively recently some episodes of the King of the White Lion anime, so you know actually sometimes Japan loves to be very experimentally weird with its
How
soundtracks.
is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes to me, okay, it's not like this all the time, obviously, but sometimes to me, experimental just comes off as this shit. I'll call it this because it's artsy.
I've seen your
Well,
kind
oh shit.
time and time again. Every fleeing man must be caught. Every secret must be unearthed.
Okay, don't
Such is the
blame you if
conceit
you
of the
don't remember.
self-proclaimed
This
seeker
guy
of
is the
truth.
one that greeted us in the
But
previous
in the
part
end,
at
he
front of
lacked
the
the
church,
stomach
but now he's
for the
hostile
agony that you'll
because he
bring
thinks
upon
that what
yourself.
we're doing, is disturbing the peace, to quote, Persona 3. Can you check in the meantime his VA since we talked about it? Sir Wilhelm lives. Let's see if you can
As
manage to
he
find him
just
before
very
I kill him.
casually walks towards you.
Oh, it gets even better in Elden Ring, Shirei. One of the final encounters, one NPC that stands still and gives you a speech, and if you want, you can just interrupt him immediately.
He's
Oh.
voiced by Stephen Hartley.
What has he done? Oh, no, you don't.
Mainly a lot of TV stuff, like
Still British, I guess.
an episode of Death in Paradise. He has done other games like Senua Saga Hellblade 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one has a British cast too.
Oh, he was in Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
As whom?
Max Rebo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like, I know who that is, but it's a bit hard to explain.
Final Fantasy XIV Heaven Sword.
As whom?
Kreisvelga.
Oh, one of the dragons. Okay.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it.
It's Nordic lives.
Yeah. Along with many other British things.
That name, lives, Resvelgr, is actually used by one of the characters, kinda, sorta, in Fire Emblem Three Houses, believe it or not.
Huh.
Come on, get back here. Thankfully, his poison is kinda shit, so I can actually exploit that. There we go.
My lady, I swore an oath, but I have failed you.
We get a contraption key and his onyx blade.
Frida.
Let's see, let's check what we got. Contraption key. Key to the contraption accessing the library attic. The key to the contraption leading to the attic of the archive found on the edge of the Corvian settlement. After Sir Wilhelm led a white-haired woman to the attic of the library, he kept this key as if it were his life. I wonder. Let's check his onyx blade. There it is. Elfried, the eldest among her sisters and leader of the Sable Church, bestowed his sword to her knight. Only the sword was a farewell gift. An acceptance signified the knight's resignation from Elfried's service. And the skill is using the black flame that he used against us. It's cool for PvP, but we don't need it. And if I recall correctly, right now, yeah, let's pull the lever using the contraption key. Oh. Well now. Let's go up here. And we find a girl. Let's talk to her.
I believe I feel the scent of ash upon thee. Thou art the one of whom Uncle Gale spoke, the one to show me flame. 'Tis good. When this is done, may I return. The door is open thanks to thee. 'Tis good. I
Okay.
promised Uncle...
Yeah. She's the painter. I forgot if she actually has a name. I think she's named the Painted Lady, maybe? I think. Does not recite.
But she wants us to commit arson.
Yes.
Great.
And
Love that.
we will see more later because obviously she relocates after this, but let me see if I can use the binoculars. Right now it's not too much, but you know, they kind of operate on the old, oh, she's a painter, so she's a bit quirky. Logic, nothing too ecstatic, you know, but when you get to see her, you can tell that, you know, she loves to have a bit her head in the clouds, despite all that's happening around her. Oh, and there you go, we jump right here, opening the shortcut. And we got another bonfire. Good. There's another portion that here should be a bit more difficult, but we should manage. Yeah, because we see back the warriors that we saw at the beginning. Fuck! I forgot that I was not two-handed. Fair enough. Ow. Stop throwing javelins. It's very inconsiderate. Oh, fuck. Yeah, if I recall correctly, one of the new things we introduced is the torch with the ability of actually doing the spitfire motion that these enemies doing. Go.
They call her Painting Woman, it seems.
Ah, okay. You gonna try to check that with?
That's right.
Also, frame rate just dropped out of nowhere. Thankfully, it seems that my efforts in actually gaining a new PC are actually bearing better fruit, so by the time we get to Elden Ring,
Bryony Corrigan.
What else she has done?
Let me see.
Because I distinct remember also her voice sounding familiar.
She was most recently in Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
Okay, again, the voice acting was fine in that, so...
Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay, yeah, British cast for that too.
I think it's British/American.
Okay, I might have a hunch. Ooh, she voiced in Baldur's Gate 3.
A few characters: Blaze Savora,
Okay,
Aaron Soul, and Estra Stir, among others.
Especially because I think I remember that Shadow Hearts VA actually is in the Souls game, but I don't remember which specific role.
Yeah, I think she's mainly done theatre stuff.
I mean, good enough, so... Kind of amazing how most of European VAs tend to actually have a background of actually doing theater, you know, production of some kind. Not necessarily Shakespeare stuff, obviously, but, you know, having a theater background. Not to use this to diss too much. American VA is more about, you know, difference in cultural background than anything.
Like, for example, I mentioned a cross between British and Americans. One of the characters in Baldur's Gate 3, Minsk, is played by Matthew Mercer.
Yeah. To be fair, again, there's also a couple of things. One, if I recall correctly, the people at Dayon Studios are fan of Critical Role, so they might be fan of him too. And also, Baldur's Gate 3 is huge, and I mean really huge. Lots of people, lots of choices.
I am aware.
Lots of people, lots of choices, lots of things to fuck up, if you you want. So they kind of needed as much manpower as they could get.
One of my friends has a wall of Astarion.
Of course. I mean, I don't even have to ask. Let me guess, it's also the tagline, I can fix him.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course. Honestly, one of my favorite things also has been the modding community, because one of the things that they do is to give Astarion the pronounced cheek of the meme, the guy that is in the meme of, oh, he bought to dump it. If I recall correctly, one of the things that this particular section actually allows you to do, as what the fuck is a bell doing here? It's a bit distant from the tower, whatever. One of the things that it allows you to do is to actually destroy some, critically placed trees in order to create the shortcuts, which is actually kind of neat, because it has been a while since we had, proper shortcuts that were not just, door locked from the other side. Oh yeah, like I was saying, when it will come to Elden Ring, thankfully we will have a better time in terms of performance, and with some tinkering, potentially even less, not lag, but distance between what I'm playing and what you perceive. But we'll have to see. Especially because I've basically did all my calculation. After we're done with this, we're doing Bloodborne before Elden Ring, so don't worry. Before venturing to the lands between, we have to survive one night in England. I'm sure it will be fine.
Hey.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, next I need to climb up. So in the meantime, Dwaves, why not? Because I need a refresher, because we're still August, so it's probably gonna be a while, but what movies are coming up in the upcoming months that you're interested in?
Not that much from what I can remember, actually. I'll just check the 2025 in film real quick.
Sure, go on.
Again, I think we're still recovering from the lack of films because of the strike.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it while Dwibs was checking for the list. I didn't watch it. I was more listening to it. But Happy Gilmore 2 is a movie that exists.
Why?
It exists, and that's my opinion on it.
Okay, yeah, I also saw, well, unrelated, but I also saw the trailer when I went to see, I don't remember what specific movie that I went to see relatively recently. Alright, I think when I saw either Thunderbolts or Sinners, I saw the trailer that Freakier Friday is about to also be released, and the trailer alone was just not giving me good vibes. Like, I know that probably is gonna, be pleasing for the fans of the first movie, but I don't know. Compared to that, I was preferring The Parent's Trap when it comes to, Disney movie attached to that, so...
I did see the trailer for that recently as well. I think, I'm mostly waiting on Wicked Part 2.
Mm-hmm. I guess it has to be released next year.
No,
Wow.
it's this November or December.
Oh wow, they've been working really fast.
Well, I think I found one
Go on.
in October. So yeah,
The most Halloween appropriate. What is it?
Yes.
Tron Ares.
Oh goody! So just to see how the fuck Jared Leto can work in that setting.
There's also the same month Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, I saw the trailer recently with Johnny Cage.
Yeah, that's the thing though. They're putting Johnny Cage right up front and center. There's barely any mention of the protagonist of the last movie.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't even think he actually shows up in the trailer. Like, are they seriously killing him not off screen, but are they gonna kill the protagonist of the first game? You know, just because he wasn't very
right at the start of the movie.
Especially because his whole shtick is that, you know, he has a defensive power, so it would be kind of hard to kill him. And sure, you can make an argument Shao Kahn has a big dick or something, but you know.
Then in November, November's when it starts to pick up a little bit. There's Predator Badlands.
Yeah, I'm interested in that too.
The new version of The Running Man.
Oh, right. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, we're in an age where every single Stephen King story with an adaptation is being redone. So.
Nuremberg.
Okay.
With Russell Crowe playing Goering. Then there's the pretty long overdue sequel to Now You See Me.
Yeah, okay.
Called Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Yeah.
Which is what the second film should have been called. Look, I haven't seen the first Wicked, so can't really mention that. Zootropolis 2.
Yeah, Zootopia / Zootropolis 2.
Zootropolia. No, I can't say Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I haven't seen the first one.
Okay, it's not the worst video game movie. Me and Deji, I think I mentioned in the previous part, me and Deji saw it. Again, it's not the worst video game movie, it just exists.
There's a remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Sure.
Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Yeah, we haven't seen. Okay, we haven't seen a single trailer, but they have posted a promotional image that.
I could have sworn I've seen a trailer.
Okay, maybe I missed it then. Most likely.
SpongeBob, the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants.
How? Okay, I had to note. Nickelodeon has pumped a lot of SpongeBob movies in recent years, between, you know, stuff like the Sandy Chicks movie and the Plankton movie. I think also Patrick had his own movie.
And in terms of movies, that's really about it. I mean, although, funnily enough, there's a film coming up from Paul Feig, which isn't a comedy.
Okay.
He's mostly known for directing the 2016 Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Although,
also, didn't he also handle Thunder Force, if I recall correctly?
No, I don't think
so. Oh, that was another guy, sorry, my bad.
He's making a psychological thriller movie that stars Sydney Sweeney, called The Housemaid.
Right, I think you did talk about to me about that recently.
Might have done. Oh, there is this South Korean film that I'm curious about.
Go on.
It's called, I think I got the name of it. It's called No Other Choice. It's from the director of Old Boy.
I mean, of course, Louis, you have another choice. You could not see it.
Yeah. It's directed by the same guy.
What's the movie's name?
So like
oh my god.
It's directed from the guy that made Old Boy, the 2003 film, and it's based off an American book called The Axe, and it's about a man who gets fired from his job after 25 years and becomes so desperate for new employment that when he applies for a new job, he tries to track down all those other candidates who are running against them and make sure they don't get the job.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I would write, so of course I'm going to go see it.
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah. I need to watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, I keep hearing about that too, and everyone tells me it's actually really good, so I need to properly give it a look.
Although recently, Ballerina... I saw Ballerina recently. There was someone from the K-pop scene that played a small role in that movie.
Okay.
Do you remember who it was?
It's her name is Choi Soo Young, and she's done stuff I don't recognise. Well, I think she's mainly a solo act.
Without having to, I don't think, saying this spoils anything, please, but can you remind me where, not in terms of timeline, but location, where Ballerina takes place, in which locations?
It's in terms of timeline, it's between 3 and 4.
Okay, and in terms of, places?
They mainly go to it's a bit of a trick. I have to look at Wikipedia because they go to a lot of places that I know of. In terms of where they filmed, well, they filmed in Prague and Budapest. But aside from that, I'll press to tell you where in the movie location that they went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in case you're wondering, because you might have noticed, it's actually relatively easy to actually get lost in this, because it's kind of a testament to how good the level design of the dungeons is, because it's not too big, but because it actually works on a verticality level, where there are a lot of hills and bumps in the road and stuff, it's actually very easy to fall off the beaten path and actually find where we need to go. Basically, we need to try to find an entrance to a cave that is, I think, up there. So I think I need to actually go there. We'll give it a bit of a try for now.
Also, I just double checked, and I didn't remember her full name. But yeah, I know who Soo Young is.
Okay.
I guess she's not in the movie that much. She just plays someone who's the ballerina's job to protect.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed a lot lately. A lot of K-pop people appearing in Hollywood movies.
It's
or TV
partially
shows.
well, it's partially a way of Hollywood try to have a more varied type of cast. But
I mean, oh yeah, I'm all for that. But some cynical part of me is also thinking, oh yeah, Hollywood's thinking, oh, K-pop's really popular right now.
yeah, it's also that capitalizing on the success. Let's not fool ourselves.
It happens a lot with celebrities, although like quite a few of them do have some experience in acting. Like Squid Game was not Joe Yuri's first time acting.
Yeah, like when I even remember explicitly when I saw a character in Ballerina, I was like, okay, is she from K-pop or something? That was my first reaction, and I look it up and lo and behold, there she was.
Yeah, a member of Girls' Generation.
Yeah.
Finally found it.
I don't listen to K-pop, so I watch some K-cinema.
Alright, we have found our way inside, believe it or not, the basement of the church we were at the end of the previous part. So it's only a matter of finding the exit now. The only problem is that there's a lot of rot down here, meaning a lot of these fly-type enemies. Remind me, Dweebs, have you seen Cronenberg's version of the movie?
What movie?
The Fly. I think it's 1983.
The
one with Jeff Goldblum.
I haven't seen any version of the
Fly.
Well,
good news, Dweebs. You can, because that is also a Fox movie that's on Disney+. I can't believe it. Okay, to avoid too many spoilers, just telling you, if you don't know anything about Cronenberg, the guy was a master of grotesque and gruesome horror. And I mean, seeing very, disturbing, gross shit on screen. So, imagine that for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, well, who knows? maybe in a future Kingdom Hearts game, that could be what a character who's not used to the horror of battle can see.
Yeah, the M-rated version of Kingdom Hearts, or as
Yeah,
Yoshi
where they'll have to put where instead of the Disney logo, they'll have to put the 20th Century Studios
Yeah, and
logo.
as you called Shiri called Kingdom Hearts After Hour.
Yes.
No, they'll have to give it some really pretentious name, like Kingdom
Searchlight.
Hearts Kingdom Hearts Post Time or something.
Maybe the Latin name for Searchlight.
Whatever it is, I don't know.
I'll need to look it up because my knowledge of Latin is present, but still rusty nonetheless.
My knowledge of Latin is they're really fancy words.
If there's something that I noticed is that the English language doesn't even know how to pronounce Latin words correctly. So it's not your fault, Dweebs, it's just a matter of, what they teach you in school. Like, trust me.
We didn't learn Latin at my school.
Well, in general, as a whole, because trust me, when we get to stuff like Final Fantasy 15, I will have a field day the way they pronounce the Latin terms. Jesus, how many of these are there? Go away, Jeff Goldblum.
Is that what people that didn't like him said after the Lost World?
No, that happened after instead Independence Day Resurgence. Well, to be fair, as you noticed,
he was one of the best parts of that.
Yeah, it was one of the better parts of that. Speaking of which, do we know what... oh, fuck. Do we know what... No! Do we know what Roland Emmerich is up to?
Well, I don't think very much, because, a lot of his films lately haven't been doing well.
Yeah, Moonfall, if I recall correctly, was a complete bomb.
Apparently, he's trying to get a Stargate reboot off the ground.
Well, that is up, I think, to Amazon MGM, which I had to... Another thing Kara mentioned that I had to agree. Wow, my god, Amazon is just sitting on the property and doing nothing when they could easily try to capitalize for Amazon Prime, which, is the perfect ground for a new series.
Plus, I mean, Emmerich was one of the co-creators of Stargate.
And like I said, despite the whole premise being ancient astronauts created Egypt because Mao, old civilization, couldn't do shit, the series in itself is actually not that bad in terms of sci-fi. So...
I mean, okay, if he's going to, can he at least try and get David Arnold back for the Stargate reboot? Because that was... Stargate was David Arnold's big break in film composing.
There's also a thing that you noticed when the trailer was released. I think I noticed to you, Lives, that in the more recent Predator, movie trailer, there was alongside one of the Xenomorphs called, there was one of the aliens from Independence Day, which opens up a lot of questions in terms of lore and practicality.
Disney owns everything.
Oh no, actually it's one of the things that I welcome more, believe it or not. It's just a matter of trying to think how much tinkering has to be done for the franchise to coexist, and honestly, I don't think much. The biggest thing that, has to fit is the fact that the United States had knowledge about alien encounters before the guys at Independence Day actually showed up. But honestly, the rapid technological advancement shown in Resurgence, would be on par with the rise of the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. So, who knows? Maybe they can make it work with the right people, obviously.
And hey, if they did that, at least Emmerich and David Arnold's last collaboration together wouldn't be the '98 Godzilla.
Well, that's a bad note to end collaboration on. Especially because, to be honest, I don't even remember Godzilla 1998 score.
I remember its theme song.
That it is something, admittedly.
I mean, it's a David Arnold score. There's at least going to be one memorable bit.
Alright, let's try to rush. And let's also use these to re-equip. Where is it? The torch.
The score for the last Bond film he did, Quantum of Solace, that was one of the better parts of that movie.
Alright, what happens here is that in this basement in particular, we need to, outside of not necessarily trying to exterminate all the enemies, especially, but otherwise they will gang on us, there is a lever, another contraption that we need to find. So we need to search that. That spitting attack that the flying enemies tend to... Get off me! Tend to have actually inflict slugs, similar to the ones near the Cathedral of the Deep, so we need to actually watch out. Ah, there it is! Found it! What happens with that? The cutscene.
It's squished.
Thankfully, no, it's not a trap like that. Yeah, I remember Sister Frida, which was up top. The contraption moves specifically the altar. Which of course also leads to a secret passage, of course. Classic stuff.
As ashes will be, ever seeking fire.
Recently, Sony supposedly put out a job vacancy advertisement for someone that could help to port some PlayStation games to other systems.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out, you know, instead of...
including, ironically, Nintendo.
Having to rely on other companies. But again, to be fair, Reeves, you know, again, the Lego Horizon game is already a precedent. Yes, that was handled by a different, you know, company altogether, but, you know, it's still Sony IP, so that was basically just setting up, you know, planting the seeds and all.
I mean, yeah. I mean, remember, PlayStation's whole existence can be put down to Nintendo, so then crawling back to them would be
hilarious,
quite something. Like, can you imagine seeing The Last of Us on Switch 2?
I don't think Nintendo fans will want that.
They've had the Project Zero games there.
Oh, no, I don't mean in terms of, you know, rated M for mature, but more like the gritty stuff, because Project Zero / Fatal Frame tends to, like I mentioned, more about traditional Japanese horror, which it is its own shade. Something on, you know, if you want to make a comparison, something like the Forbidden Siren, you know, series will fit more, but first Sony needs to remember that, and the more recent case is, you know, the people at Asobi Studios without...
Well, they have been putting some of their older games on...
Yeah, to be fair, the first Forbidden Siren did show up, you know, on a proper release, because Sony did try it once with the emulated PS2 version, but it was glitchy as shit, so...
Hell, more recently, they put Twisted Metal 3 and 4 on the PlayStation premium tier, and remember, 3 and 4 didn't come out here in Europe.
Now outside the PS3 game, there's only one game that they still need to port.
Yeah, Head On, the one I played the most, which is of course not on there yet.
Apply directly to your forehead.
Be forewarned, eager Ash. Should this world wither and rot, even then would Ariandel remain our home. Leave us be, Ashen One. Thou art the Lord of Londor, and have thine own subjects
remember, she
to
acknowledges
guide.
me as the Lord of Londor.
Leave us be,
Now
thou
fuck
art.
off.
Before concluding, because I think the timer is almost up, let's also climb a bit this stair. If I recall correctly, it showed what happened if you spot, but if I remember correctly, yes, there you go, that's where the painted lady has ended up. So let's talk to her.
Thou art Ash. Thou hast a pact made with Uncle Gale, so I wish to tell thee all. Behold its
God, she has
signs.
Swibs, not Ash.
She
This
has
is my
Rapunzel
canvas.
hair in terms of length, my
It's to be a
God.
cold, dark, and very gentle place. But first, I must see flame.
You know, Miss, I need to
I
tell
wish
you,
to paint a
painting is a
picture
great form of expression
of a
of your own
cold,
imagination, but do you
dark,
really
and
need arsenal
very
for that?
gentle place. One day,
Yes.
It's like
I'll
the
make someone
events
pretty
in
home.
Dwarf
That's why I
Fortress,
must
when
see
the dwarf
flame.
suddenly has a realization and master sculpts an event that precedes the future, no matter how catastrophic it may be.
I wish to paint a picture
And I thought you were going to say
of a
by that, I thought you
cold,
meant like one of the 7
dark,
dwarves, so
and
he tries
very
to commit
gentle
arse.
place.
Fun fact, the dwarf was
One
one,
day,
well, obviously
it will make
referencing
someone
that,
a
but not
goodly
directly.
home.
Well,
That's
Dwarf
why I
Fortress is a
must
very
see
old game,
flame.
and I don't have the time to talk about that. Maybe in the next, next time. But the gimmick is that it's basically not an RTS, but town simulation, a bit similar to The Sims, kinda, sorta. But you start as a colony of 7 dwarves, so it symbolizes more with that. Okay, we have a boss fight ahead, and I don't think we'll be able to actually beat it, so we're gonna give it one try, and then we'll call it a day. And we can summon... Oh. It seems that we found Ariandel. It's chained in the basement and wants a flail to pour himself. Okay, I kind of have to say it. We kind of stumbled into a dungeon of some kind, just not the one that I was expecting.
This world is full of weirdos.
You okay,
Welcome
man?
to Dark Souls.
Enjoy your stay.
And don't forget, you're here forever.
Basically. With some characters literally lives, but we'll talk about that when we finish the game.
I mean, yeah, they barely move from their spot.
Bring Frida to me, please. Canst thou not see the flame flickering once again? Soon will it surge. I can see it, feel it.
Hey.
Fret not, father. We have no need of thy flail.
Oh, here's the problem. Sister Frida is the daughter of Ariandel, and surprise, surprise, much like Sir Wilhelm, she doesn't want for us to, move forward with our plan. And unfortunately, she has a scythe and knows very well how to use it.
I will snuff out these ashes for
This is in turn... Okay, From Software has a proud history of having, not secret necessarily, but bosses in terms of women with overly long weapons that are very knowledgeable and can kick your ass every 2 seconds. So this is nothing new. The whole thing about with her is actually the timing, because she loves to jump around and land in specific spot for her attack. Then she turns invisible, then jumps around. I think. No, I cannot see. Normally, your telling is actually if she manages to jump around the environment. Yeah, otherwise, she will actually perform a sneak attack. There we go. That's our first attempt. Done. And yeah, we get special dialogue just because we have the Lord of Londor ending set in stone for us. We're pretty much done for today, so tune in for the next part, where we are kind of stuck with the boss fights, dweebs, so we'll have to see how long does it take. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.